Meet Tour of Duty's Miguel Nunez, a program to assist veterans and remembering the Alamo, today on Between the Lines. Good morning. I'm Dave Michaels. We recently had the opportunity to talk with Miguel Nunez Jr., who plays Marcus Taylor on the CBS drama Tour of Duty. He has an interesting story to tell, as Leslie Isaacs reports.
The entertainment industry is not an easy business to break into. And those who are interested usually at one point or another in their career head west to Hollywood, California. The success story of Miguel Nunez Jr. is one that will certainly warm your heart.
I got the yellow pages. I started looking up the studios. So I started sneaking in. I would take the Universal Studio tour. And when the tram, there's a part of the tour when you first start where you get off and there's a lady, she explains everything to you and there's a whole crowd. But when we did that, I would go off and just walk around the studio. And then at the end of the day, I would come back and just get with any other one and go back. And I used to sneak in the studio, and I met Ernest Thomas on What's Happening. And they were doing What's Happening show at the time. And every time I would like almost get thrown out, I would go to him, because I talked to him already. And he was like, and I told him what was happening. I told him where I was and what I was doing. So he talked to the producer, which was Saul Turtletop at the time. And he got me on as an extra.
Shortly after, Miguel auditioned for the character Marcus Taylor on the CBS drama Tour of Duty.
After it was over, I was so nervous, I walked outside and I was getting ready to leave. And executive producer, now Zell Braun, walked out and shook my hand and said, "Don't worry about it, you're going to the networks." And I was like, wow. I went to the networks and the rest is history.
The road to success was not as easy as it sounds. Raised by his grandparents in Wilson, North Carolina, Miguel always wanted to be an actor. In 1978, he decided to leave his job at a local tobacco factory and give Hollywood a try.
And I knew if I waited a week, I would keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. So I said no, and I just walked, and I left. And I walked home. About 4 miles, I walked home. And I was like nervous the whole time, and I was going, like I wanted to do it, but I was scared. So I got home, I made 3 sandwiches, I packed my bag, walked down the train tracks, went to the bus station. I bought a ticket. I had like maybe $8-9 left when I got the ticket. And I got on the bus and I left. And I never realized, I never thought about it. The whole time I was on the bus, I was just laughing and joking with some guys that was on the bus, and I was just saying, well, when I get to California, I'll meet somebody, they'll help me, I'll become an actor, and that's it. That's the extent of my thought about it. It was like Skid Row. And I just walked around, and first I stayed in the bus station, just stayed there. And then the security guard said, well, you can't sleep here and you can't stay here, so then he kept kicking me out. And you're like a cat when, like kittens, when they're around their mom, long as they can see their mom, they're fine. As soon as they get away from around their mom, they like start to cry and panic. Well, long as I saw the bus station, I was all right. I would walk and walk and walk and walk. But when I didn't see the bus station, I would feel lost. So then I would come back to the bus station. I ended up sleeping behind the bus station that night because I didn't have enough money to get a hotel across the street, which was a Cecil Hotel, I think it is. And it was like $6. I didn't even have that. So what I did do, I went to the movie theater down the street. It was like $2. It was an all-night theater. And I paid $2 and I went in the back and I slept in the theater. And the next day, I would sleep and try to sleep in the day. And I would just walk and walk and walk, just keep walking. I couldn't even think. I don't even remember like a one solid thought. I mean, I was like, I didn't know what to think, what to do, or anything.
From a tip on the street, Miguel then went to the Union Rescue Mission, located on Main Street in Los Angeles. The day we met Miguel, he visited the mission he left over 10 years ago.
Quite a bit's happened.
Yeah. So now how many you guys hold?
850 every night. We've got 212 men on restoration programs.
Right.
That are trying to get their lives together.
Yeah, is that prayer room? I remember a long time ago, right behind the pulpit was a prayer room I used to go to. Yeah. Is that still here?
Yeah, that's still right behind the wall here.
Yeah, let's see that.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, it ain't changed.
It used to have something here, right? And I used to go in there and I used to close the door and I used to get on my knees and I used to cry and I used to pray to God that just let me go to sleep, wake up, be back home in my bed, and it's all have been a dream. And I used to actually go to sleep thinking that would happen. And it didn't. But I don't know what significance it had. I really don't. I just know I needed it at the time. And you know, when I see people walking down the street that live on the streets and you see them talking to themselves, people look at them different than I do. Because I used to do that. The closest friend I had, I used to talk every day, I swear to God, and I wish I could get back that. I mean, I'm starting to. When I was there, I used to talk as if God was right there. And I really felt, it wasn't like, you know, I thought he was there and this and this. I'm saying, really. Listen to this. I got here in October 78. And 78, October, November, December was Christmas, right? Christmas Eve, me, Carlos, Gary, and all of us, right? Walking downtown, walking down in the streets, trying to figure out what was going to happen. Christmas Eve, 5 minutes to 12. We're all walking down right toward the bus station on, I can't think, whatever street the Greyhound bus station is on, and the Trailways bus station was right here. I found $160 in cash on the sidewalk at 5 minutes to 12, about 8 seconds after closing my eyes saying, God, please, you can't let it be like this. Opening my eyes. Less than 8 seconds after I finished praying, I swear to God. Went to the movie theater with the money. Went to the movie theater, took everybody to the movie theater to see some Richard Pryor movie just come out. Came out of the movie theater. On Broadway, they got all these stores with like countertops out on the sidewalk. About 2 in the morning, no one's else around. We walking down the street, and I look up on the counter, there's a present somebody left, gift wrapped, at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I got $160 in the present. It was some Old Spice cologne, but it was a gift. At 5 minutes to 12, I had nothing. That's pretty amazing. You know what kills me about dying?
We're not gonna die.
I don't mean here. I mean whenever it happens.
What?
All the things we won't get to know.
Currently in his 3rd season on tour of duty, Miguel wants to try working on the other side of the camera as well.
I want to write, produce, and direct. Stan Foster and I, he plays Johnson on the show. He wrote a thing called Another Saturday Night, Sam Cooke story. And right now, I'm working with him on that. We're going to try to get some financing and produce that. I don't think I'll be able to direct it because I don't think the people are going to put up the money to let me do that my first time. But we'll definitely get the producer's credit and the writer's credit, and we're going to go for there. I want to help some other people because there's a lot of talented people out there, young people.
We wish Miguel continued success. Still to come on Between the Lines, Remains from the Alamo.